Hey, this is M from the 33 Secrets, and in today's coaching video we are going to be talking about doing pickup and doing game after the age of 30. After all of your friends have gotten married and had kids, and you're still out there single and not married, and your family's waiting for you to get married. I'm out here in Las Vegas, Nevada today. Out here shooting some coaching videos for you. Also out here doing some game. Had a successful night of game last night. Went over to Excess, just blew into town. Went over to Excess and pulled one of the hottest girls at Excess home with me back to my hotel room within 45 minutes. Okay, and this was a girl that dozens of guys were hitting on, and I saw her and she had like a split second where she was heading to the bathroom, and I grabbed her just as before she went in the bathroom, and I started working game on her, started talking to her, started building attraction like I teach you guys, and next thing you know, it's back in my hotel room. Life is awesome, and I'm doing this well after the age of 30, my friend. While all my friends from high school and college are out there married to the 5'2", 200-pound tyrant that is at home, poison dripping them, talking down to them, talking to them like they're a little boy. I'm out here in Las Vegas, still doing games, still doing pickup, and still actively dating and attracting very young, very hot, very beautiful women. Talking 8s, 9s, and 10s, just the ones that I teach you guys to attract and date. Okay, so how am I doing this after the age of 30? Oh my God, what's going on with this guy? How is he pulling this off? Contrary to popular belief, contrary to the mainstream narrative that you were brainwashed with since birth, you can actively pick up young, beautiful women after the age of 30, and you could do it a lot more successfully than you could have when you were in your 20s, okay? Because when you're in your 20s, chances are you don't really know yourself that well yet. You don't really have the best jobs yet. You're probably working at like a Best Buy or at the car wash, or who knows where you're working, right? You don't really have the best jobs yet, so you don't really have the money to go out there and go on dates. You don't have the money to really explore the world and get to know yourself and really gain those precious life experiences that young, beautiful women cherish. Because the truth is, they want older guys, they want more mature guys, but they don't want guys who are going to be over the age of 30, like say you're 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. They don't want you acting like a skater boy. They don't want you trying to act like a 20-year-old, because that's a mistake that I see a lot of guys who don't have any of this pickup training. A lot of the older guys who try to learn this stuff, that's something that they commonly do. Okay, when they don't learn this stuff, is they go out there and they try to dress up like a skater kid, dress up like a beach boy, and go out there and try to act like some 20-year-old kid. That's not what she wants. She wants to date an older man, and she wants you to act like that, okay? It doesn't mean that you're gonna show up to your dates wearing a cardigan and, like a smoking pipe, right? You're not gonna look like a grandfather. You're just gonna look your age, okay? And there's a way that I teach my older students, right? Guys who are in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, how to dress to still look youthful and still look very, very cool without looking try-hard. So you could be an older guy in your 30s or 40s or 50s and still look cool without looking try-hard, without looking like you're trying to be some 20-year-old skater boy. Okay, there's a way to do it. Okay, I'm over the age of 30, well over the age of 30, and as you can see, I got a few earrings in my ear. I don't have any in this ear, right? I have a few rings here, right? Don't have any in this hand. It's just a style that works for me. It seems to attract a lot of young, beautiful women into my life, where they don't look at me like, oh man, you're like my dad. You're my dad's age. They don't look at me like that. They look at me like, wow, you're this cool, hot, older guy that I'm like super attracted to, because I don't really date guys my dad's age. I don't date guys this much older than me. I'm used to dating the 20-year-old skater boy. And here you come, with your life experience, with your knowledge, with your completeness as a person, and they're attracted to that. Okay, because that's something that a 20-year-old kid cannot emulate. Doing pickup after the age of 30 is really not that hard. It's very, very easy. And again, you will be more successful picking up young hot girls as an older man than you would a younger man. Okay, because if you remember back to those hot girls that you went to school with that you could not get back in high school and college, who were those girls dating? Those girls were dating older guys, right? Those girls were very much dating older guys like me. Okay, because when I was younger, there was this one girl that I went to school with. Her name was Patty. Patty was gorgeous. She was this redhead. And I don't meet too many redheads. I wish I could meet more, but like real natural redheads. But she was a redhead. She was gorgeous. She's still really actually very attractive. But Patty was gorgeous, and none of us could get her. I couldn't even get her in high school. We were in high school. You know who she was dating? She was dating a freaking Major League Baseball player while we were in high school. She was dating a Major League Baseball player, right? This guy was like 25. I think she was like 17. How is that possible? And once we started to enter our 20s ourselves, right? And I was like 25 and Patty was like 25 because we were in the same grade. She started dating guys that were 10, 15, 20 years older than her. Guys that owned companies and guys that were just, you know, rich with life experience and rich in the pocket, if you know what I mean. But Patty was a smart girl, more power to her. You know, she didn't sell herself short. She wanted the most high value guy she could possibly get, both mentally and financially. Right? I don't even think she goes by Patty anymore. She goes by Patricia. A lot of these girls who like went by their nickname back in school, now they want to be called by their full name, right? Her name's Patricia. Like my old girlfriend in high school, her name was Ceci. Now she wants to be called Cecilia. I'm like, nah, I don't care. I'm not gonna call you that. You're Ceci. You'll always be Ceci in my eyes. Just like Patty. I see Patty still. I'm like, Patty. She's like, I go by Patricia. I'm like, okay, Patty. But anyway, Patty was a prime example of a girl who dated older guys, right? And you'll be surprised. Most of these young girls you'll meet out there want to date older guys. It's just the way that society projects it to be. Like, oh, you're 18, you're dating somebody your dad's age? Ew, gross, gross. That's just not reality. I mean, if you were to come out in these venues with me, if you were to do day game and night game with me, and we were to go out together, and you would see me pick up these girls who are like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Like girls who are super hot, super young, definitely under the age of 30. Me being over the age of 30, well over the age of 30, you would see how easy it is for me. I mean, it is easier for me to pick up girls at my current age right now than it was when I was their age. Okay, it's very, very hard when I was 20 years old to pick up a 20-year-old hot girl. It's hard to do that because she has so many options, she has so many choices. And one thing about being an older guy is you have that life experience. You have more groundedness to your character, to your personality, to your aura. You are more centered as a man, as a human being. And that comes across to the opposite sex, especially hot girls, as very, very attractive. Okay, it comes across very, very attractive. As long as you don't get nervous or intimidated by, you know, this girl half your age just because of her physical attractiveness. But, you know, if you're a student of mine, I teach you guys how and why over and over to never get taken in by a hot girl's beautiful woman spell. Okay, because it's deadly. It's deadly. That'll kill you. That'll kill your game. Every single young, beautiful woman I date always says, and you're gonna hear this too, "You're the oldest guy that I've ever dated. Do you know that?" They're like, "Yep." "You're just about as old as my dad. That's weird." Right? You'll hear that too. You'll hear that a lot. So get used to that. Right? But it will be coming from a place of her own internal curiosity of actually being with a guy who's as old as their dad, if not older than her dad, right? It's that internal curiosity that, in a very twisted way, attracts her to you because you are an older man. Like, wow, this guy's my dad's age, and here I am dating him and having sex with him. Oh, wow, you know? So it's kind of like a twisted fantasy that a lot of these young girls have. It's like dating a guy that is as old as their dad. But let me tell you, most of your friends that you went to high school and college with, they're not going to be out there doing game and pickup. Like I said, they're going to be at home with their 5'2", 200-pound tyrant, yelling at them, treating them like a little boy, talking down to them. When you're out there living the life. And like I always tell you guys who learn this stuff, we're out there actively doing approaches and doing pickup, And once you start becoming successful at it, you will literally feel like a rock star. You will literally feel like you're living the life of a rock star. It's crazy. This is absolutely the next best thing, if not better, because you don't have to go on tour, you don't have to write any songs, and you still get the girls, right? You don't have to do any of this stuff. You just go out there to any venue you want, okay? Any venue you want, any city, any town you want, even a busy town like this, like Las Vegas, where there's a lot of competition, especially in a lot of these hotter clubs, a lot of competition. You'll be able to go in there, pick out the hot girl, the hottest girl in the place, and actually take her home with you, okay? And that's nothing short of magic, in my opinion. I've been doing this 2 decades now, and it still blows me away. I still appreciate every time I like bring a girl home and I'm like, wow. And I see her laying in my bed, I'm like, wow, I made this happen out of thin air. She wasn't in my social circle. I didn't know this girl 24 hours ago. I made this happen through pickup, through cold approach, because I have skills, because I know what to say, I know what to do. And the best part is, I'm able to replicate this over and over. I'm able to do this as much as I want. And this is an area of life that I'm like, wow, I finally got this area of life fixed. And it's like a huge burden off my back, okay? As it will be a huge burden off your back, because as I teach my self-development students, the 2 problems that every man comes into this world with and must fix ASAP are number 1, money, and number 2, women. So number 1, your life objective is to make money and make as much as you can so you don't have to work anymore. And number 2, get as many beautiful women in your life as you possibly can so that you're no longer out there, you know, like this dancing monkey boy trying to pedestalize women for no reason. And it's gotten to a point where, you know, I've been doing games so long and I've been dating so many beautiful women, it actually kind of gets a little boring at times, believe it or not. Sad to say, you know, I've dated so many of them, I'm actually a little bored at times. And a lot of times I just enjoy doing my own thing and without them. Like the girl I've got in my hotel room right now, really hot girl, really beautiful, and woke up this morning, I got up early and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go out and shoot some coaching videos. And you know, she has no idea what I do. I just said, oh, I'm gonna go out and shoot some videos, and if you're still here when I get back, then we'll go to breakfast. And that's all I said. She just said, okay. I didn't tell her, oh, wait for me. I didn't tell her like, oh, I'm gonna be back at exactly 10 o'clock. I didn't say any of that. I'm just like, oh, if you're still here when I get back, then we'll go to breakfast. If not, you know, it's great meeting you. I got your number. Maybe we'll talk again in the future. You know, and I left it at that because I'm just not in that scarcity mode anymore where I just need this girl to be my girlfriend. I need this girl to marry me. I'm not in that scarcity mode. I have plenty of dating options, very cool girls in my life already, very cool girls that I'm already dating that I trust, and she's just a random girl that I met last night. So I'm like, okay, well, if you're still here when I get back, great. If not, I understand. It was good meeting you, and maybe we'll get together again one day. You should see these girls' faces when I say stuff like that. They're like, that's weird, you know, because like every guy automatically wants to marry me. Every guy wants to become my boyfriend. How come you don't? What makes you so special? You know, and they're like, they trip out when you know, you're just not pedestalizing them like most guys do, because you're not in that scarcity mindset anymore. You know, those are the benefits of doing pickup after 30. It's like I said, most of your friends won't be doing this. Most of your friends, you know, they're gonna be settled down with their families and like, you know, doing the family stuff. And I'm not shaming that. There's nothing wrong with that. And I might do that myself someday. It's just right now I choose not to do that. I mean, I have a lot of friends who got married and they do the barbecues on the weekends and whatnot. Like, that's great. You know, that works for you. But, you know, I'm living a different lifestyle. One thing about doing pickup after 30 is at times, okay, at times you will feel alone. Okay, at times you will feel alone in this because most of your friends have gotten married and have moved on with their lives, and you're not in high school anymore, you're not in college anymore, so you're not going to be seeing these guys as much, and you're very much going to be out there like I am, like a lone wolf, right? And that's just part of being a man. You're a lone wolf. You're alone in this world. Whether you have a large social circle of family and friends, doesn't matter. You're born into this world alone, and you are going to die alone. Okay, you are a lone wolf. We all are. We're all lone wolves in this world. The sooner you can understand that, the sooner you can embrace it, and the sooner you could just move forward with your life 100% focused on being the best wolf that you can possibly be. So at times you will feel alone, okay, but you will get over that fear. Like I said, once you start embracing the fact that, hey, you're over 30, all your other friends have moved on, some have gotten married, some are just single, just wandering around. You know, it doesn't really make sense to hang out with these guys anymore because you've kind of taken different paths in life. You'll feel alone in this world. But you know what? That's okay. So what? Right? It's part of being a man. You know, I came out here to Vegas by myself. I was actually supposed to come with my wingman. Okay, and my wingman last minute had a family emergency, and he's like, hey, can you change the hotel and change the travel plans? Can we move it a few days from now? He's like, let's just move it a few days from now and then we'll go together. And I'm like, you know, we'll go next time. You know, I wasn't mad at him because he had a legitimate family emergency. So I was actually concerned about him. I'm like, hey, just call me if you need me. But I was like, hey, I'm going. You know, I don't want to change the plans. I'm too lazy and I'm just going to go. Because I came out here to work, so I wasn't really coming out here to hang out. And I came out here by myself, came into town last night. I was pretty tired, and instead of going to sleep, I ended up going to Excess, okay, the hottest nightclub here in Vegas, one of the hottest. And I went to Excess, and I was there 45 minutes, took one of the hottest girls home with me, and she's still in my hotel room right now. So those are the perks of, you know, doing pickup after 30. But imagine if I stayed and I waited for my wingman, I wouldn't have met this girl. So until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets, signing out from Las Vegas, Nevada, and I will see you in my next coaching video. Look at that, Wahlburgers.